how life be lifing. But I am here, and I'm here with a special guest. We were supposed to do something so long ago, but like I say, life be lifing, and here she is. And I want to introduce her. Her name is Simi, and I'll go ahead and let her tell a little bit about who she is, and then we're going to get to talking about some real life stuff. Okay, this will be series 1.
Yes. Thank you, Joni. Thank you for having me on here. Hi, everyone who's watching. My name is Simi. I met Joni when I was 12 years old. Her daughter and I were best friends at the time, favorite person, and we were neighbors. And thanks to social media, some years back, I'm not sure when we reconnected through Facebook, but Champy got to me and my brother some years ago, and it's been great. So here I am. Just wanted to come on and discuss whatever there is to share.
Okay.
But yeah.
Well, yeah, no, you want to say something else? Go ahead. I'm sorry. I cut you off.
I'm sure. No, that's fine.
Okay. So everybody, that is Simi. Just a short little snippet of who she is and how we came to meet. But we just want to talk about some real life stuff, real life issues that are in our communities and people actually go through. Family trauma, just different things that affect each and every one of us, and trauma has been a thing that we all have been seeing. If it's not on social media, if it's real life outside your door, it just comes to haunt us, as a people. So, Simi, is there anything in particular that you would like to start with?
Well, I will start with this. Oftentimes in the past, I would wonder, you'll hear stories about people being in abusive relationships, any type of domestic violence. And in the back of my mind, some of you may be able to agree with this. You'll think, well, how come that person stayed that long? How come that person stayed that long in that relationship? Sometimes that question would come to my mind. And now at 38 years old, now that I'm going through therapy for my childhood traumas, I literally ask myself that same question, and then I also have the answer. Sometimes you're just so accustomed to trauma and abuse and manipulation that sometimes you're just not sure and certain how deep it is.
Right.
Yeah, because a loved one, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, that could be the spouse, that can be the parent of your children. In my case, it was my mother and my siblings. So you stay in it so long because we're taught to do that. I come from a Christian background, so I'm taught forgiveness, honor your mother and father, forgive and forgive and forgive.
Right,
so that's been my setback for so long, staying in it for so long.
So when you say staying in it for so long, what do you mean in that sense, staying in it so long? Because that's your family.
Yeah, so staying in it so long, meaning even though I've been married for 12 plus years and I've been living exclusively with my 3 children and husband, living in different states, living in different countries, I recently got out of the pattern of abuse from my family, my siblings and mother, because I have gone no contact. I've never done that in my life. This is the longest of no contact, meaning I have removed all access to me.
Okay, that makes sense.
There is no access to me unless they somehow find out where I am and come up to me personally. There is no social media access. They're blocked. It's just, I had to do that for my mental health and my physical health too.
I understand that. That's a great response, because sometimes you have to do that for yourself, like as you say. You're not alone. We have all done that. I have actually done that before, and I did that with with a parent, and it was 5 years. It was 5 years, and I had to do it for my sanity, for my own self. So I get what you're saying. So to answer that question, you did very well. Staying in it so long, meaning you have to separate yourself from trauma, because it will affect you, from childhood onto adulthood. And you say you're 38 and you're learning how to do that at 38.
At 38 years old.
So it's a different time and different time that a person would decide to say enough is enough.
I got literally, I know it's cliche, but I got tired of being tired. And I there were just too many, forget red flags. The red flags were there years ago, but I just couldn't let go. But when it became physical and everything became so in my face, I couldn't be in denial any longer.
That's because you love your family. That's because you want the love of your family. You never would have thought that your family is the ones or your enemies, or your families are the ones that's going to bring harm to you. You know what I mean? You still love them regardless. Yes. Natural feeling.
Yes. So I have to grieve. I was grieving for years. My mother and I, we were always in and out. I've gone no contact with her. Every year we would have this pattern to where I would just stop talking to her for 3 months. And it was always something that preceded that. And then I would always get pulled back in. Like she'd reach out after 3 or 6 months with something and it would pull me back in. But this last time, it just has to end, because the truth of the matter is, when people do not want to fix it, they don't want to change. They just want to keep abusing you. They just want that control.
That's a level of control that controls you. You know what I'm saying? And it's a way that they manipulate it to make you feel, that they're doing nothing wrong. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's the worst kind of manipulation and control you can have over a child.
Oh, yes. Because for so many years, Joni, there's so many stories. It would literally, your head will spin. And I know we don't have time for it, but there were so many things each year that my mother did to me directly. And no matter how obvious it was, and my husband would sit back and watch it, because he was very careful. He never wanted to say, cut your mom. He never wanted to
get involved.
Say that.
Yep, no. Mm-hmm.
He never wanted to get involved. And he would watch me cry. He would watch me be mistreated.
Upset. Yeah.
But some way, somehow, I would always say, my mom was a single mom raising 7 kids. She was in a foster care. She was abused, and that's why she's doing this. So I would take that and take her back and
give her a little bit of grace. Give her a little bit of grace.
That grace was extended over and over and over.
Yeah, until like as you said, enough is enough. And that's a level of growth.
Yeah.
And, that's a level of growth, not for the parent, but for you, so you could be able to be the woman that you need to be at the level that you're growing. You know what I'm saying? Because we're always still growing. Because I did exactly the same thing, like everybody goes through this, That's why I can throw myself in there. It's absolutely true that growth comes at levels, you know what I'm saying? And once you chip at that wall and you fix that problem, then you go to the next problem, then you fix that problem, then you go, and then at one point when you say enough is enough, I'm going to put myself first, and I'm going to put you in your place and let you know what you're doing to me.
Yes.
That takes growth. You're not going to get there to be able to tell your mom, look, you did A, B, and C, and we're not going to do it that way anymore. You know what I mean? So to get there, it takes a lot. Like you did it at 38, and I think I was about around, we had a situation in my family that my mom did to me, and I cut her off for 5 years, and I think I was in my early 30s. Wow. And I cut her off for 5 years. 5 years.
Wow. And what initiated that to come to an end, if you don't mind?
For me to forgive?
Yeah, or let her back in.
An angel came to me. An angel came to me, and I think I told this story before. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. An angel came to me, and I tell you, this is a true story, and I think I said it before in an interview. I was interviewing someone else, and I shared this. And I was doing hair at a salon that I was working at, and a customer came in, sat in my chair, told me what they wanted, and then after they told me what they wanted, they said, "You need to forgive. You need to forgive that person that you have been holding back for so long." And I'm like, what? Like, I'm saying to myself, how does this person know, like, what? After the person said that, they got up out of my chair, walked out the door, and we had a glass window. Walked out the door, and I didn't even see them walk right or left. That very next day, because I know, I'm a godly woman, so I grew up in the church, and I know, faith and belief, all that stuff. That was it took an angel to come and tell me to forgive my mom. You know what I mean? Because
yes,
I'm a Scorpio.
Right there.
I'm a Scorpio, and once I say I'm not going to do anything, that was it. You know what I mean? But I had to forgive her. I had to forgive her for myself, not for her. You see what I'm saying? Me holding back and not talking to my mother and not forgiving her, I was only hurting myself. I wanted to see my mom. I wanted to talk to my mom. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Wow. Well, that is a beautiful story. And see, God knew that it would have taken an angel to get you to do that.
Okay. Yeah, rivers in a storm, but he sent an angel. You see what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, that's a true story, guys. No lie.
Wow, I believe it. And the thing with me is, I forgive her. I might, it's either you forgive or you don't. And this is something I struggle with. I feel like I forgive her, but forgiveness doesn't mean that I need to talk with her on the phone and do all of that, because it's just going to keep on perpetuating that cycle. But I forgive. Am I still hurt and still a little like, man, that's just messed up? Like, you're supposed to be my mom, but you don't want to be my mom. You don't like me. You don't.
Well,
treat
you're
me.
not finished. You're not finished. You're not finished.
I'm not finished.
You're not finished. Yeah. So
I'm working on that. I'm praying about that daily, because you're right, and I know that in my heart. There's a little piece there, because it's like a big question mark, and there's hurt there.
Yeah.
And I'm trying not to cry.
You are no longer hurt after you're finished. After you have really forgiven and gotten through, you and your mom are going to have to get through some tough conversations. You know what I mean? It happens with me and my mom. Like, you can just an example, you could be just called to see how a person's doing, and then in that conversation something goes left, and then we're arguing on the phone about something that why are we arguing? I just called to see how you're doing. And then that's healthy. You need to get it out and express and tell your mom how you're feeling. You know what I mean? And after a while, after 15, 20 of those, it'll get less and less. You know what I'm saying? And she'll build that respect for you.
Well, we've had 100 of those. And the way that my mom deals with that, no matter how kind I come, the phone will hang up in my face. She'll just hang up. And it's like the most hurtful, disrespectful thing. And that's how it's been. So sometimes, in the past, I would send a whole letter, text message, and who knows if that got read. But it's just her not wanting to deal. Some people, everything's fine. My family's fine. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right. Right. So, yeah. I get it.
So yeah. That's okay. I've spent so much energy on trying to get people to change or see me I said in 2024, 2025, no more. I can put that energy into my children, into myself,
into yourself,
into God. I can't waste any more time on people that don't care.
Right. Yeah. That's a perfect thing to say, because it's true. I mean, life is short, and if you continue trying to please people, they'll suck it up and love it. But you see what I'm saying? But not love you.
I was the biggest pleaser, Joni. The biggest. When I tell you, I've gotten money, take up so much money I've given out. That was my love language, because I wanted people around me, friends, family, to know I love them. And they began to realize that, and they would just pick me up over the years, not to see how I'm doing, but at that time I didn't know. They'll be like, how you doing? I'm good, good, good. I would feel love because I didn't get that growing up. And then before you know it, oh man, I'm hungry. What's the meat you have? Can you cash at me? Before you know it, I checked my Cash App a few years ago when I got to Japan, because the calls stopped coming because I couldn't send money.
Oh, wow.
Or I couldn't because it was a different country.
It was a different country, right?
So that's what really made me realize. And I checked my Cash App and I added it up. It took me a long time to add it up on a calculator, and I was disgusted with the amount.
What you realize, yeah, you don't realize that people will walk over you if you allow them, and then the hurtful thing is that you don't know that they're hurting you. You don't know because you still want that love. You know what I'm saying? You still want that love. So yeah, you'll get through it. And
lesson learned.
Yeah, lesson learned, and I truly do believe that no age is above anybody or any other age. You're never too old to learn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you learn how to get people to treat you. You know what I mean? You got to teach people how to treat you.
Exactly.
You know? Exactly. What one thing do you think you can share with if say a young person or a young woman younger than you and I happen to see this video and something touches them in what we're saying? What one thing you would say to encourage them about just anything being a woman?
Yes, well, what I would say is what I tell my daughter now. She's coming into puberty. So I talk with her on a daily basis because I don't want her to have to go through unnecessary pitfalls, even though she will go through some.
She will.
But what I will say to you, young woman or young man, whoever is watching, you truly, and think about this, you truly have to love yourself. I did not know what that was. I would hear it. You truly have to love yourself. And because that's what God wants. You love the Lord, but you have to love yourself. Why? Because God loves you. He made you. Because if you love yourself like I do now, I love the inward me. I'm not talking about the out body. Right. Mm-hmm. This is a costume. This is a suit. I love me now, which means it takes care of a lot of things. I don't allow anyone to walk over me. I don't allow anyone to make their emergency my emergency. I don't allow disrespect because I have love for myself.
Right.
So that means no one's going to disrespect me. It doesn't mean I'm going to go toe to toe and argue with every person. No, it means you sit back and you watch how people are treating you.
Right.
And it's either they're treating you with love and respect or they're not. There is no middle ground. And then you move accordingly. You step away from that situation. You step away from those persons. You have to treat yourself with dignity. And I feel alive. When I speak on what happened in the past, I'm not still so broken up. I'm at a better place now than I was a year ago.
Very
Why?
good.
Because I'm healing.
Right.
And I'm free.
Very good. Amen.
Yeah.
Because freedom. You have to be free within yourself, your whole body and soul, everything, And to be free is to be honest, truthful, be yourself, be humble in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I truly believe keeping things bottled up, keeping things inside the heart will hurt the heart. Will hurt the heart. But the more and more you release your pain and you release your traumas and you release it and you get it out, you will feel better. Then you can be a better person.
You are so right, Joni, because science shows that when you hold everything you just said, when you hold those things in, it will create physiological problems in your body.
Health problems.
My I've had stomach issues for years, decades, I've been this doctor, that doctor. Do you know? I don't think it's a coincidence that I don't have those problems anymore since this past summer when I told people I just went no contact with everybody.
Yeah.
I don't have gastro issues. My stomach doesn't hurt. I'm not constipated.
Wow. Yeah. Isn't that something? I'm telling you, your brain and your body and your soul is all connected. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. You get people to treat you how you want to be treated.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And when you hold stuff in and you keep it bottled up, it does upset your stomach. It upsets everybody's different. It might go to the stomach. It might give you headaches. It might create you, just all kind of different things with your body because it's neurology. It's neuro. That word, But yeah,
it's all connected. Like
it's all connected. So people, we're gonna come back. We got more and more to talk about because I think trauma is a lot of people is talking about the trauma in family, and especially I'm not just gonna say Black families, but in families, and a lot of people are not truthful, truthful, and it does not help that child or the children not being truthful.
Yes, you're so right. You have to be, and that's why I guess this is the little girl in me that's finally having a voice. As I said, I've been singing since I was around the time I met you. That's when I started singing, not for the first time, but singing in church and singing in front of people, not just in the house. That just became my outlet because I couldn't speak up for myself at home or you'll be in trouble. I couldn't tell people outside the home that I'm not being treated correctly. But now I'm able to use my voice and I still want to use it for good. And it's empowering. It really is.
And I'm so happy that you started there. You know what I mean? That's very good. That's you're singing it. You're getting it out. You know what I'm saying? You didn't say those words, but in your voice and your singing, baby, she is good, people. Just to let you know, she is good. You're gonna give your information where they can hear you, where you are, so they can tune in. But that voice of hers is beautiful. When I say beautiful, I'm like, wow. Okay, Timmy, I was so impressed with you, girl. So go ahead and yes, your voice is beautiful. So now it's gonna even elevate even more because now you're gonna speak that truth, and maybe you can write some music, write some words back, and sing those words. Put it in the studio.
You know what, Joni? You know what's so interesting? Just a few months ago, well, first of all, I started my singing business. Since I came back here from Japan, my whole life I've been singing for free. I've been singing at everyone's wedding, blah, blah, blah.
Right, wow.
And when I came back from Japan, I started my business. It's Wasemi Sangs, LLC, and God has been good to me. It has been sustaining.
Go ahead and spell that for them. Go ahead and spell that for them so they...
Okay, well, my website is wasemimusic.com, and that's spelled WASEME music.com. My stage name, or the name that I go by, is Wasemi Sangs because I've been told, I have a big voice, and I agree with that. I grew up listening to the Whitneys. I love Jennifer Hudson. I listen to a lot of the oldies, the real singers, the Patties.
Right.
It's Wasemi Sangs with 2 A's.
Okay.
But it's been great. I sing everywhere here. I sing everywhere in DC, Maryland, Virginia, and it's been a blessing because sometimes I'm like, God, I get to do what I love, and I get to be paid and pay my bills,
and be seen and be heard
and be appreciated.
Like people appreciated and loved.
And I get to bless people at funerals. I love singing at memorials and funerals because these people are broken up. They've lost someone they love. And I get to just come in there with a song or songs that they've selected and sing it. And it just makes them feel like their loved one is being sent out the right way. That brings me joy because they feel good.
Good. That's what we're here for, to be on earth and be good people.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Good people.
Yeah.
So, we got 10 more minutes. We can keep on going if we want. Yeah, we got 10 minutes. We can keep on going.
Well, I'm excited, as you can see, because this is the thing. This is what I've always wanted to do. And I have done it, but I took 10 or something years off from performing and singing. And I went and started having my children. And you know how you sometimes go through postpartum. So I went through, I was a stay-at-home mom, breastfeeding, taking care of my kids. And I just felt so depressed because I said, Lord, will I ever sing again? You know, I did dabble in the music industry shortly after I moved away when I was a child. The music industry was just demonic. And it was, every time I would meet a producer, they would try to blackmail me, like, you know, if you don't sleep with me, we're not doing this, we're not doing that. It was just demonic, and I would always have to run away, and I would be recording an album, and it just never took off. It never went anywhere because I wasn't willing to sign my soul away.
Right. Very good.
That's a whole nother show if you want to talk about the music.
Right. We got a long way to go, guys. We got so much stuff coming for y'all.
It's so much stuff that God has brought me out of. But the fact that I'm able to be my own boss, I get to choose where I want to sing. And the music, I only sing inspirational and gospel. So R&B, soul, 70s, 80s, you name it, I sing it. But it has to be uplifting, no profanity.
Right.
And, you know, I love it because I get to go to parties, like barbecues for families, and sing those oldies.
Good.
Freddie Jackson.
Good.
It brings people together.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
When you love what you do it best, you know.
I love it.
So when you like I say, when you love what you do it best, and that's a good thing. You would hate to be doing something you don't really want to do. You get what we get out here is garbage in society. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You can't even get good food at a restaurant and walk in and be treated like a person. You know.
Okay.
So, yeah. But guys, we're going to be talking about trauma. We're going to be talking about relationships. We're going to be talking about just uplifting oneself, you know, just to get it out and just to express. Because I know, you know, it's a story about like a lot of young girls that are being unalived, you know, by their parents. It's either a parent or you know, and incest, and it's just, you know, and it's so
rampant.
It's rampant, and these young women, young men need to, you know, you don't have the aunties no more that used to be in your ear talking to you to uplift you and tell you what not to do. The things like that. It's not like that anymore. These young people don't have that outlet that they can go to no more. You know, it's really, really sad.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know why I thought about them, but I'm just saying, I'm just looking at me and you as young girls or young women, you know, going through life, and people are going through that right now today, and it's even worse.
It's even worse, and we don't have that of the elders anymore. Like back in the day,
you don't.
It's not really happening.
No, you don't have the elders. You don't have the outreach. You don't have that person who you can go to. It's not where you could touch them. You got to go find them. And are they willing to help you? And are they willing to talk to you? Is there somebody out there willing to listen? You know.
Yeah, and that's the type of person I want to be. And a few months ago, I prayed to God. I said, "Okay, Lord, I'm singing now. Thank you for giving me this back, my gift back again." But I said, I'm afraid to speak. Like, I don't speak. And I prayed about it. And you've seen some of the videos that have come out. I can't even believe I'm speaking to you now because I've never liked the sound of my speaking voice. I always...
Really?
Yes. I never wanted anyone to hear me talk on camera.
Unless you knew me. Nerves.
To me, it did. I didn't like it. But God removed that fear. This is me. This is my voice. This is how I talk. This is my personality. And now I just want to use it as another element to help people. And back to your earlier, you said, what would I tell people, the young people? I want to add something to that. Love yourself, but also look inside yourself and ask God to reveal to you, what is your gift? We all have gifts.
Yes, everybody has a gift.
One or more gifts.
Yes, but they're not using it.
You can use it. Any gift you have. I don't care if you say your gift is making your eyes bulge out. You could use that gift for God.
Right. Yep.
He gave us all something.
And you can make some money. Get with the circus. Get with somebody who would love to see it. Didn't his word say that your gift will make room for you? It will.
but you have to tap into it. And I'm going to tell you, when you tap into your gift, it gives you purpose. It really does. You will not feel depressed or less than.
Right.
If you use your gift, even if it's drawing. You know, my daughter, she's a great artist, and she said, Mom, I feel like I have purpose now. She said, before I knew how to draw, I didn't really feel like I had anything to offer. And she just loves it.
That's right. Yeah.
Find your gift. You have it. It's there. You have it, and then use it. We live in a day and age where you have social media. So there's no excuse for being broke. There's no excuse for being jobless or needing to steal from people to feed yourself.
Right, or rob people. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, we got to do better. We got to do better as a people and for yourself. You know what I mean? And you're right. Everybody does have a gift, and we need to use it. We need to use it because the world is not getting easier. You see where we are in the world.
Oh yeah. Yes.
It's upside down right now. So we're gonna come back and we're gonna do this again. This is gonna be a series of shows. Simi and I are gonna come back because she has a lot to tell and share with you guys.
Yeah.
Remember to tune in. I'm sorry.
We just scratched the surface. We didn't even go into anything deep yet.
It's way more to the story. It's way more to the story. And we're gonna bring it in a way that we can help you. We're gonna bring it in a way that maybe it touches somebody. You know. Remember to tune in to Shop Talk Radio 2020 on YouTube and Instagram. YouTube and Instagram, and you will be seeing a lot more. We will be back. This is just the beginning, like I said, like Simi said. Again, tune in to Shop Talk Radio 2020. And Simi, thank you for coming on and sharing your story and wanting to. You actually got me back on.
Wow.
Reaching out, because I gave myself a break, and then I started working and doing different stuff and getting into the, I'm a businesswoman, so, I thank you for even reaching out, and now I'm back on again, and I appreciate it.
Thank you, and you're very welcome, and I've enjoyed this first one in the series, and I'm looking forward to the next one, and thank you all, whoever's watching. Come back.
Yes, please come back. And again, that's Simi, and this is Joni, Shop Talk Radio 2020. Peace out, be blessed, and never stressed.
All right, see ya, bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Joni.
You're welcome. Oh, gosh. Wait a minute.